else? What's up, everyone else? Good to see you for the third time today. Maybe the final time. 14 minutes left, and the third timer. It's not even third cue. There hasn't been a cue, but it's the third line or waiting room that we're in so far today. It's kind of felt like one big dream. Like all this is kind of blended together. To be honest with you, it's all kind of felt the same. So we're back one more time, the third time. Third time's a charm, indeed. I like that V3 you added there, Connor. That's great. Phil, what did you do in the last 45 minutes?
I've been playing Ballers Poker. They send out these flash alerts that they're gonna do these turbo poker games to win sneakers and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like, you know what? I've already cleared my schedule for this. I'm sitting here waiting for the next spaces to start. I joined in, but I can't focus. I keep looking at other stuff, and I seen KJ in there. I've seen all sorts of people I saw in here earlier that are in there as well. So pretty good turnout actually for midday. There were 40 people in this game. That's not bad.
Wow. Are you good at poker?
I'm not a poker player, but I kind of just
go with
better
it
in person because I just kind of BS my way to or I just fold all the way to the end. That's what I've only ever played in one poker tournament in my life, and it was for a hockey fundraiser, and I didn't know how it works. I kind of understood it, but I did it. So I actually folded my way to the final table and finished third, actually, and then I started playing at the final table. It was nuts. Because I just refuse to get involved in whatever chaos happens. So I kind of do that, sort of. But yeah, that's what I did. Are we good to go? I was able to log in this time.
If you're good to go, then that's a good sign because you were one of the accounts that was having trouble. I have been on the same wait screen since the starting one, so I've been on the same wait screen for 2 hours. So I feel like I'm good to go right now. Let's check the chat. Let's go see. All day chat is probably the best place.
People are not going to trust us anymore. Nobody's coming back to this.
No, hey, you never know. Listen, man, if this thing goes through, let's see. I don't see anybody in the general chat saying that they are having issues. I'm seeing people saying we're in the waiting room, no more delays. So, yeah, not the same comments this time. I'm go. Be so happy. I am not eligible to get a pack. My wallet will thank me. What? What the fuck are people talking about? Anyways, okay, well,
there's no such thing.
I think this is a good sign.
There's no collector score requirement. What the hell is that guy talking about?
I mean, not yet. Never know.
No.
Never know what can happen here.
Okay.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to take this as a positive and say that so far
I think we're good.
We are good to go. Also, seeing some other news while we were waiting, just across the pond in the NFT world, there was just 1,000 ETH Mega Mutant sale. If you follow Bored Apes at all, a few people who got the very lucky Mega Mutants or the Mega Mutant Serums M3s. One of the ones that's been mutated has just been sold for $1.3 million, or about 10 million Canadian dollars. So.
If that was you, if that was you, are you still joining this queue?
Fuck yeah!
Freaking party.
Absolutely.
Somewhere? No, man, you're running down the street.
No, if I'm doing that, I'm gonna go. I'll go buy maybe a legendary moment on Top Shot or on all day. Maybe one. Maybe a cheapo one. Run down the street. Yeah, I guess so. No, I'd be actually. Oh shit! You know what? I gotta. Okay, are we good? Because I'm gonna go to Hortons. We're all gonna go to Hortons together with me.
Whoa!
Here we go.
All right.
Well, it's gonna cut out for a second as I leave the Wi-Fi.
It's like you have a Hortons right beside your house.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's what makes these events so magical. Is I get to drive to Hortons right away. And you know what, Phil? We're talking about that. There's actually not a lot of players in this drop. I don't know if you kind of realize that, but it's a lot of debuts.
Yes.
And everybody's, market kind of tanking a little bit last couple of days, probably on the anticipation that, there's more supply coming.
Players that have duplicates.
Well, that's it. Yes. But there's very few. I think it's only Kyler Murray who has a duplicate. So yeah, not really the case, but I think also just kind of some of the shine of playbook washing off. But I think there are some deals today. I think there could be some nice deals to be had. I'm just going to cut out for a second.
LG is on his way to Horton. For those who don't know what that
I
is,
think there'll be some
it is
deals
Tim
to be had on
Hortons.
the marketplace right after. I think people might be holding their dapper waiting, and if they don't get a premium pack, then they are going to go maybe shopping or something. Get ready for the next playbook. What do you think?
Wow. Yes, absolutely. I'll be one of
Did you
the
guys lose
ones
me?
looking for the debut moments. Can you hear
Did we
us?
lose Phil?
Can you hear me? No. I think it's you. Hello. Hello. My God.
I can't tell if we
I
lost.
don't
I
know.
can't tell if we lost me or if we
I don't know
lost
if it's
Phil.
you or it's me. Like this sounds like the earlier spaces. Anyone hear me? Like someone threw up some hands or something. Can you guys hear me? Damn it. Hello. LG just had to screw this whole thing up by going in his car. What a mess. Oh, I can hear you both. I can't hear LG again. What is going on, man? God. Second times. Yes, thank you. Dizzle
I'm
told
back.
me I
You
can
hear me?
hear you. Wow. So I was just talking to
Yeah,
myself. All right.
I left and came back. Anyways, now I'm in the car. You know what happened last time too? Well, hold on. You remember last time when I went to Hortons? First of all, there was a huge line, and I barely made it. And then, speaking of barely, there was a bear. There was a freaking bear on the way back. You remember that when I saw the bear?
Yeah, but you seeing a bear is like us seeing
It's
squirrels
true.
or like pigeons. It
I've
really
seen a
is.
few even just this week. There's like a pretty like young adult male bear who he walked through the backyard the other night, just kind of strolling by. And
What it is? You actually look
oh well, like
and see if it's a male or a
oh, you
female.
can tell. You can tell. Like the most of the males kind of graze alone in this neighborhood, or at least black bears do. And then literally like it was late, it was dark the other night, and out of nowhere, a bear cub, like a black bear cub, just darted through the backyard alone.
I would take off full speed if I saw one of those because you know the mom is close and you're like dead.
Well, we're like
You go
we're
near
kind of
those
have like a
things. So
deck that overlooks the backyard, so we're kind of safe up there. Although they can climb,
yeah, but I've seen them
they can
climb before,
climb.
man. I've seen them on
Yeah, they can
decks.
climb. No, that's not true, Phil. I'm pretty sure last time I was with you and we saw a bear, you asked me, "Hey, how do you get them to come over to you?"
I did, and I started yelling "whoa" at it, and he didn't even look because he was eating all sorts of berries and stuff.
So
That's right.
maybe I'll get some bear luck today. The
Wow.
bear has pooped all over the neighborhood as well. It's like all in the road and stuff like that. So not a very nice bear. Um, okay, cool. So Phil, wait, did we decide earlier? Are you going to grab a pack if you can?
I'll decide when I'm in line. We need someone. Where's Dylan, man? We need someone to come up here and say, "Yeah, buy it."
Yeah, we should get him up here. Dylan, can you request or Connor, can you make us
Place.
hosts or something like that so
Yeah.
we can get people up here? How's the timer? Because now I'm in the car.
I need someone to tell me. Okay, let me check. Hold
Tell us how the timer is.
on. Timer is down to 5 minutes and 45
Okay.
seconds.
Okay.
You better hurry, man. Just start gunning it.
Well, no, I'm almost there. But the thing is that if there's a lineup, I'm gonna be screwed again.
Well, doesn't matter. Go ahead of everybody. Get out of your car and go in front of everybody.
Walk through a drive-through.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, walk in front of us. A big pack drop. Get up
Waiting.
there.
Phil, we're killing time. I saw a little back and forth between you and Quadzilla in our Discord earlier about whether the Dolphins should be ranked number one or not this week.
The Dolphins can be number one in everybody's power rankings if they want to be, but they are not the best team in the NFL. That's it, plain and simple. They're not the best team.
Mm-hmm.
They're the best team now because they're 3-0,
Mm-hmm.
but that's
Mm-hmm.
about it. Nothing else. There's no other reason that that's the best team. There are still better teams than them. Not because I'm a Bills fan. Just in general, there are better teams than the Dolphins. But yeah, you know what? Quadra's right in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
They win the games. They
Mm-hmm.
won, so you can't really say
Mm-hmm.
anything. But you know, they barely won. But barely won doesn't. It's not a
No.
thing. I've always said that in
No.
sports. That doesn't really
Doesn't
exist.
matter if it's an
You either win
inch or a
or
mile. Oh, wait, hold
that's right.
on.
Exactly.
Hortons had starting October 3rd, Hortons has NHL trading cards.
Yeah, they've had that in the
Sorry,
past.
I'll go to.
I think every year they have that.
Wow. Just anytime I see that now, all I think about is
Wow.
NFTs. That's literally all I can think about. How there's still Sidney Crosby is still there. That's still Sidney. What about like Nathan McKinnon or something like that?
He's still there. Yes.
All right. What's
he's
Phil?
there
I'm
too,
at the. There's only one car in front of me, so I'm going to be in time.
You're down to
what's
4
What's
minutes.
the order? What am I ordering? Yeah, but
cold brew.
Okay.
Straight up cold brew. If they have the Bieber one,
they have a Bieber cold brew. Hello. Nope, nobody there yet.
Hi there, is it for you?
Do you have a Bieber cold brew?
Yeah, we have the French cold brew.
Okay, yeah, give me the Bieber cold brew, please. I have a huge drop, and it's a couple minutes from now.
Size?
What size? Medium. No, that's it.
Extra large.
Thanks. Oh man, I think it's.
You should have done this for every drop.
Every single time. Every freaking vibrating by now, man.
She would have been like, "How many drops?
How many? That's exactly the question she'd ask. How many drops do you have? So many. They only do have MotoGP drops at Hortons. Okay. What's the timer?
You actually made it.
There's no cars in the drive-thru. There's only one ahead of me, so I was very lucky. Is Dylan here? Dylan.
I don't know.
Hey guys, how are you?
Man, you got a cold brew or anything?
I do. I did the same iced espresso as I did before. That's the best I can do.
What did you get? An espresso?
I've got a hot coffee today. I've got a hot coffee. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big fan of cold brews, so I'm having a hot coffee. That counts. It works for me every time.
All right, I am in possession of the cold brew. That's fast.
Okay, Dylan, let's get right into it, man, because this timer's going to come up in no
Sure.
time. Are we buying these packs or what? Are we max packs is what it's called? Or are we kind of like, you know what, I might get screwed by these packs? Which is it?
Well, the expected value of the premium packs is definitely high. It's $325 by my estimate. But we have to break that down, right? Like, what's the 92% of people that are just going to get a couple of rares and the rest commons? You know, that EV is only around $200, right? So really, the reason why the EV is so high is because you have that legendary chance at 8.5%, and there's some really good legendaries in here. I think that Lamar Jackson and the Tua are going to be especially expensive. So,
what about the Jets? What about the Jets legendary?
I mean, there is only 45 of them. Yeah. So, do we have 45 Jets fans on NFL all day? I think so. But I think most people know, like, my estimates. I usually am very conservative on the commons and the rares because I think those are the ones where people try and sell them very quickly. But I'm also very optimistic on the legendaries because such a short supply. And I think if you recall last time I was talking about, was it the Favre or the Tom Brady? And I was like, this is probably a $25,000 moment. And none of the other people that were predicting had anything about 10,000. And then it sold for like 40. So I'm usually pretty optimistic on
the legendaries.
Yeah. I think the Lamar Jackson, I have it at 4,000 in my EV calc, but I could see it selling for more, especially the way he's playing right now.
Nice. Dylan, have you been pretty heavy in playbook?
Yeah. I have. I've gotten 100 yards each of the 3 weeks.
Oh, really? Which challenges did you not do? Because if you only did 100, then you skipped a challenge each week, right?
Yeah. So on Thursday, I skipped it because, I try not to play the game of like trying to predict the bottleneck. And then I think if everyone was anyone that was watching, right, the bottleneck of the defensive tackle, Cameron Hayward, like that came up pretty quick, like those tackles. And I think you could tell, like, based on how, I got my cue. I'm not going to get a pack, it looks like.
Oh, we missed the timer.
Dylan.
We missed the time.
Wow. Okay, 3, 2,
Oh,
3,
you get
2,
my
1.
gold.
Okay, everyone list your thing. Yay.
Yeah, I was so busy. I made it to the final 3 in poker, and then I freaking snapped and went all in and got smoked. Stupid.
Dylan, what's your
I don't have the
Q number,
yet.
Dylan?
8,000.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I think if we were going to predict will these packs out, I'm pretty sure the rare ones will.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's
without a doubt.
that was no doubt. The standard packs, you know, I think there's a potential that some people could get to.
Especially if it's further delayed, because so that one's going to be at 5 now Eastern so far. So if it gets delayed any more than that, or if the queue takes forever, then sometimes I think some people will get a second one.
Yeah, I
Some
also
people are
think,
reporting 12,000 in line.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of commons where I was seeing people's projections for them, and I was like, to me, this is high. Like, I don't see any like massive hits in the common section. I have everything from like the floor of like, $7-8 to maybe max $20. Like, Kyler already has a common. Mike Evans, my favorite player, this is his first time having a common, so that's exciting for me. Plus, it's a good moment, but again, I don't see that selling for more than $20 once it stabilizes either, because I'm just trying to, project it in as like a game piece, right? Like, yes, these are moments, and yes, there's popularity of certain players, but at the same time, it seems like the value is heavily tied to playbook. And how fantasy viable, or how much potential do they have to put up a stat or make a play that's going to cause them to be on playbook.
Absolutely. I think so. But
okay. I just need to throw this in there, LG, sorry. There are over 20,000 people in the line.
What?
That's awesome.
Connor reported to us in our Discord that there's 19,000, but someone sent me a DM with 20,000 in line for these packs for $219 US, which, Dylan, I know you're Canadian as well. $300 in Canada.
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like Dapper Balance, to me, it like doesn't even feel like money anymore. Like, I don't know if you're right, remember the early years of the early parts of Top Shot, but it was like I was buying moments for like 9,000 or selling them for like 9,000, but it didn't feel like real money, because you couldn't withdraw it.
We've always said that, yeah.
And then I look back now and I'm like, holy crap, why was I doing this? Like, why was I like selling this Luka and then buying this LeBron? It was like, oh my God, like,
I made that comparison this morning about how like moments drop off, obviously, all day after the challenge ends. Because I went and did the Sunday night one, so there's a few guys I didn't own, so I ended up buying like a Derek Carr for like $40, and then now he's down to like 21, and it's like shit. That sucks to lose 50% of the value, but I was like, at least it's not like Seeing Stars, where I spent like $400 on Paul George or something like that. You know what I mean? And then after the challenge, I think it was actually an equal dip. Today it's worth like $8, but at the time the dip was like 50%. But at least it's not. I'd rather lose $20 than $200, if that makes sense. So, it's not. It's right. Things are going down in value, but it's not quite as harsh, let's say. Because there's not as much pandemonium, let's call it, as it was last time.
Yeah, like for me, for the Monday night challenge, I just wanted to like lock in as little as possible. So like in terms like I got both the Giants and the Cowboys team moment, because I didn't want to have to deal with having to buy one in the marketplace later for like a crazy inflated value, and somehow that worked out for me, because that I didn't expect that Cowboys moment to get to $100.
That's crazy.
But I guess
Yeah.
when you think about it, it's the only thing holding people back potentially from getting that last pack
That's
as
it.
a rare
Yeah.
pack. So that value is higher.
That's actually a good point. That like, I wonder if that's true if some of the later challenges end up having more value because people that are willing to spend really need it to get their last thing. Whereas the challenge that like the Thursday challenge is like, if it's going to be too hard, people might hold off. Or it could be the opposite, that people want to start accumulating yards as early as possible in anticipation of the later ones being too hard. So
yeah, the Thursday one was the first one where it was like, wow, this is like a legitimate bottleneck of, you know, I think Hayward got up to something like $350. And you know, right after the challenge, it's going to go back down to $90 or $100. So are you willing to pay $200 to get 15 yards? Probably not, but maybe you're willing to pay $200 to get 15 yards if you know that it's going to guarantee you that rare pack right at the end. So yeah, I think they saw what happened on Thursday and they adjusted things accordingly. And I liked on Sunday night when they're like, you can use a rare from either of the teams to cover some of the things, because I felt like rares have been given a very, like, if you have any rares in your collection over the last like month, things have gone down like probably 30-40% on rares, just because they weren't a useful game piece in the playbook
that we know of, or they might never be, or they have been, I guess, as the cheat code, but
they're starting to be as some cheat codes, which I think is good, because not everyone has a legendary and not everyone can afford one, but definitely people can probably afford, there's more people that can afford a rare, right? So
yeah, exactly. So I've been saying, Dylan, what do you think? So I wonder what the utility of Series 2 is going to be, because so far challenges has been like, okay, well, if you have the player, that's fine. But now as you start to get into Series 2, and some guys have duplicates, so someone like Kyler Murray is a good example, who I think, he does have a common. It could be that some of the moments or some of the challenges are limited to Series 1, or maybe it will be everything. My opinion is that Series 2, or even the burning, if you still have to burn every week, that might also be limited to Series 1, to further prop up the value and also keep reducing Series 1 supply. What I would do if I was them is I would do that. I would make the playbook still exclusive to Challenge 1, so that Series 2 can, or Series 1, so that Series 2 can kind of find its floor, but then also do a couple pack drops, because you need more Series 2 out there, I think, before it starts having too much utility, or burning. But I don't know. That's how I do it. What do you think? How would you do it?
Yeah, so I mean, we're talking about 100,000 common moments are going to come into the ecosystem, right? With these pack drops. And yet, we have probably 5,000 people burning 5 moments every week. So I think right now, like, you don't want to, it's a fine balance, right? How many moments you add into the ecosystem versus how many you are asking people to burn. I think when we talked with Dave and AJ like a few weeks ago, I think they kind of hinted that, some playbook challenges would include things that'll be Series 2 and Series 1. So I think that's definitely going to come. Like, I don't know if I would immediately sell any rookie Series 2 that I get in a pack, right? Or a debut Series 2, just because I would be worried that it'd be used for a challenge, similar to like how I think they were hoping that Minka Fitzpatrick, for example, that rare in Series 2, was going to be the winner of the Thursday night challenge. Like, it was set up almost like, okay, who's going to get the most tackles out of, like, Minka Fitzpatrick by far had the most projected tackles, right? So I think they're trying to make sure that Series 2 has some value, but obviously Series 1 has the majority of the moments for now. hopefully that answers your question. I think I just rambled again.
That's okay, man. We're all about the rambling here. I have breaking news. I'm going to get a pack. Yeah,
nice.
That's right. Got back
Congrats.
to my computer because I didn't have the queue up while I was driving because that'd be irresponsible to be on my phone. But I just got back to my desk, and I don't know where I started in line, but my queue number is 1424.
It's not.
It's not moving.
It's barely moving.
No.
It's really.
It's always
really
the first
slow.
10 or 15 minutes it like needs to turn back on or something. They're like firing up an old Windows 95 computer to get it.
People have made the point
to get the queue.
And I got some DMs almost right away after we pointed out there were 20,000 people in the queue. A lot of people pointed out that it's likely because people are trying to get their free 10 yards, right? You got to keep that into consideration.
Absolutely. I think it'll be interesting to see how many drop off.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
How close am I going to get to a pack given that I was at 8,000, right? And there was 33,500 packs. So I'll keep tabs on that.
Who's that little baby there? I heard a baby. Is there a baby?
I don't have a baby.
I don't think so.
You don't have a baby. Whoever's on the first minute count, I don't think has
I could
been
swear
unmuted,
I heard a baby.
So...
Yeah. There might be kids playing outside of because I live in a nice neighborhood in Vancouver. I don't know.
Nice neighborhood. Which are you insinuating that you'd have kids outside because it's a nice neighborhood? Wow.
Yeah, like kids having fun playing outside is usually nice neighborhood.
As opposed to a lesser neighborhood where there'd be no kids outside. Okay.
Dylan, you know what we should
awesome.
do? There's the all-day meetup in Toronto on Thanksgiving. We should do one in Vancouver.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, every Monday.
That's right.
I go to
what's the Belmont. That's right. Yeah, you go to the. I forgot you go to the Belmont.
Wow.
Oh my God.
To watch football, they give away a jersey every week. So yesterday they gave away a Ezekiel Elliott third jersey. It was super nice, and all you have to do is have a drink, and you get.
Do you think we could get Roham to come out?
I don't think I have that pull, but I mean, if he wants to come out and just watch a football game with some people and talk about NFL all day, he's welcome to.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I doubt it, but we'll see if there's. Okay, I'll think about it. I'll message you if I end up in the city that weekend, because that could be a lot of fun to do something.
Yeah, absolutely. And a few of the people that are there, they always ask me about all day, like, Dylan, what do I need to buy before or after the game? So it's kind of interesting.
Nice. Awesome. What actually the people you watch it with, are they on all day? Like they ask you what to buy, like they're on it, or are they convinced?
I would say about half the people that are there have an account on all day and or are active on Playbook as well.
Okay.
So it's pretty fun. It's kind of like an extra added element to the game too, right? Because some of the games that especially the primetime games weren't the most exciting. So it kind of adds to that, which is nice.
Were you there last night?
Yep.
Man. Wow. Also an ugly game.
Dylan, what's the holy grail of moments in these packs for anyone who's just tuning in and is blindly lining up and buying these packs? What is kind of life-changing stuff in these packs that are $219 US?
I don't know about life-changing money, because when we were talking about the Brady legendary, I would consider that life-changing money for some. If you can get a mortgage for a house because of that, I would call that life-changing. But Lamar Jackson, for sure, his legendary, I have that as the highest valued moment, followed by Tua's legendary.
We'll see how long that lasts with Tua, right? This is what's funny, right? This is how it works in the NFL. I mean, Lamar is going to be Lamar, and he's proven himself over the years now. But Tua, I feel that we're a couple of Tua bad games away, a couple of interceptions where they lose the game away from everyone being right back on the bandwagon of, wow, we don't know if he's an NFL quarterback, right? You know what I mean? So I find that funny. You wouldn't be saying that if they were 1-2. You know
I mean,
what
it helps to have Tyreek Hill have so many. He gets so much separation. Such a fast receiver, and then you pair that with Jalen Waddle, and
you pair
someone's
that
open for a lot of the passing plays, right? And they have a really good offensive line as well, in my opinion.
with a home stadium where the sun shines on the visiting sideline for the entire second half, while the home sideline is in the shade.
I mean, that's why you have home field advantage. I don't see the problem in that.
They built the stadium that way. They really did, so that it would actually be that way. And it's a huge home advantage, especially if you have home games in September and October. But that's a whole other story. So yeah. Okay, so we're looking for Lamar Jackson and Tua.
Yeah, in the legendary section.
Okay.
In terms of rares,
can I just hold on? Wait, before you continue, none of us have a pack, and I don't know if we're going to be able to open any packs, but someone in our Discord did open their pack and posted it. So I'm going to read to you what they got, because that's at least kind of exciting.
Okay, awesome.
41 MFFL 77, dear community member of First Mint, has pulled. Their two rares were a Saquon Barkley, DJ Reed.
Saquon.
I knew it. Are you sure? It's not Sasquon?
You haven't done that in like maybe a year.
I do it every week. I knew. Anyways. No, so you got a DJ Reed as well. You got a Drake London debut, Kareem Hunt, Byron Murphy Jr., Sterling Shepard, and a Mike Evans.
Sterling Shepard out with a torn ACL last night.
Yeah, he's out for the season, right?
Yeah, they confirmed it today. Non-contact injury. We saw.
So that was two plus that was 7 moments. Was there an?
Oh, you got one? Jair. How do you say his first name? Jair Alexander. Jair
right? Alexander.
Listen, give me a break, guys. Yeah, give me a break, okay? I've been degenning into all day, but it's even normal people that I know. I still can't. The names kind of fuck me up, man. Give me a break.
So I had that at
tell them what you do, though. Hold on, Dylan. Before we hold on, sorry, Dylan. 1 second. Before we talk about that, I just want to let everybody know that this past Sunday, LG was sitting in front of his TV watching NFL Red Zone all day. NFL Red Zone.
I don't have I just want to say that like watching sports in Canada is a fucking pain, because like normal like a normal old millennial, like I'm a cable cutter. I don't have freaking cable, because you get just gouged here for cable in Canada. And then it's like, what you have to do if you want to watch like the NBA is if you don't have cable, is like you have to order both like the TSN app and the Sportsnet app, and then some shit is still blacked out on both of those. Like you can't just get what's the app for NBA League Pass. You can get League Pass in Canada, but the only team you can't watch on League Pass is the Raptors, because 50% of the Raptors is owned by two of the major telcos here, and they just throttle it. So it's such a fucking pain. So I've been trying to figure out the last couple weeks. I'm like, how can I watch freaking NFL? And then I finally found DAZN, DAZN, which maybe you guys have that in the US for people listening. So I found
they do. They don't. They don't have it.
They don't? Oh, I thought
so there's this app.
No, they don't have it. DAZN is not a thing in the US. It's in like Europe and other countries, but we're actually pretty lucky to have that and Champions League both on the same thing.
They
also used to have
is gone now. Champions League is gone now, isn't it? Or Premier League is gone.
Premier League is gone. Now you have to get that on Fubo TV. It's super annoying.
So I got DAZN. I signed up for DAZN and realized that they have like every NFL game and Red Zone that you can just watch, and that was freaking awesome. So I had a great time watching Red Zone Sunday morning after our spaces. So that was really exciting. And I'm getting better. Okay. Like, listen, this is, I still, especially NFL, it's been 10 years. Okay. So give me a break. But I'm fucking enjoying it. I have to say like doing all day and then also like watching is like, to me, is like a fantastic experience, honestly. So I'm enjoying it.
If you're in Toronto and you know a guy in a place called Brampton, you are all set for all your TV needs for the rest of your life, and it only costs you $7 a month. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't have that. I live in a small town.
Everything. time you're here, maybe we'll take you for a drive to Brampton and see what we can do and send you home with a nice little present. Anyways, back to the pack value. Dylan, what was that pack worth?
I had it at $213. So
I mean, okay. I guess
average.
A Sterling Shepherd loses immediate value because he cannot be used. I guess he becomes burn material almost right away.
Yeah,
right?
He's kind of I had him priced as a floor moment.
I mean, I think he'll have a bit of value as a debut. Not that has mattered that much, but
is it his debut?
It's his debut, yes. I feel like that's one thing I've observed is that, especially for players with more than one common. So for ones who only have debuts, hasn't mattered as much, which will be his case. But in a few cases, for people with more than one common, the debut has at least held a bit more value than the other common, or than the just normal common. So maybe that'll hold up some people that really want to hold it. What do you think on the Saquon? What's your projection there, Dylan, for the value there?
Yeah, I have it at $100. I think that it should be a pretty high rare. It's like one of the top two. Mm-hmm. I think that one and Nick Chubb rares are going to be super useful in challenges as like a piece for playbook. Mm-hmm. So
I also just want to point out that the marketplace is currently not like you can't go to it on the site. There's currently is no marketplace.
But Taylor Heineke is also a debut.
Right? So.
Say that again, Dylan. Would you say what's also a debut?
Taylor Heineke is also a debut, and it has the most burned moments.
Yeah. See, that's it. Yeah, the ones that have been on the floor, even if their debuts hasn't mattered yet because there's only been a bit of the debut utility in the playbook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Hey. Oh, I see the mystery man is here, Dave. If you want to come up and chat. If you're out of the war room right now, if you're taking a breather, you're more than welcome to. But also understand if you're very busy behind the scenes, we'd love to hear from you. Okay, so line, I've moved up maybe 30 spots, I think, in the line. So still slow intake right now. Next drop is at 2. Dylan, what was your projection on the next drop?
Good question. So I had $60 on the standard pack. So I had basically even, but again, breaking that down, the ones without like a rare or a legendary, I only had at $48. So for the 82% of people that are gonna like buy a pack, sorry, there's like a dog yelping outside. For the 82% of people that are buying a pack without a rare or a legendary, it's probably gonna be less than EV.
Okay. Let's table that for a second. Dave, emerging from the war room on a wild day, an all day. What's going on, man?
Happy pack day, everybody. Sorry for some technical difficulties, but we're here. We made it.
We're here,
and happy to be here.
Dude, all good, man. What's the vibe like? All day HQ right now, getting through the difficulties, but the queue is moving slowly, so it's moving. That's good.
It's moving. We're being measured in how quickly we're processing it. But the vibe's good. I'm really happy with the turnout. Like over 20,000 people for a pack drop with only a few thousand packs in it. So excited to see so much excitement around the drop again. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but so far so good as far as just the reaction to the pack and some of the adjustments that we made within it.
Nice. That's all good, man. What's Dave, the move from 259 to 219 on the pack prices? Dylan, sorry, I'm getting a bit of feedback from your end. If you can mute for a sec. There we go. Dave, 259 to 219, was that motivated by community feedback or internal adjustments?
I didn't think community feedback was like so strong one way or the other for this. This was just more so our own internal team. And like, obviously we're always listening. I think we were showing that we were always listening. And so, even if there's not a lot of feedback, if there's interesting feedback, we'll definitely take that into the calculus. But honestly, I think just look, this is we live in a very dynamic atmosphere in a dynamic landscape. And I think it's to our advantage to be very hyper reactive, I would say, to make sure that we're creating the best possible experience for everyone. And so, when things change, we want to be reactive to it versus just feeling like, oh, well, this is what we said, a week ago or the other day, so we have to abide by that. That's just not the reality of how I want to function or how our team functions. So, that was just something that we thought would be best for the product and best for our community, especially for our first in-season drop.
Dave, the real question is, this coming week playbook, is Series 2 going to be eligible for playbook challenges?
Are Series 2 moments going to be eligible for playbook challenges?
Yes.
I believe so, but I'm sure we'll have official comms, but let me get back to you on that.
Whoa.
But there will be some fun wrinkles in this week's playbook. I think it'll be nice, we've had.
Don't say that. I just figured it out. I just started playing well. I felt like I just started understanding what was happening. Please don't change it. No, it's fine. I like wrinkles.
I think there'll be some interesting wrinkles that we'll see at the next announcement. So excited to see how that goes. But like I said all along that playbook is a modular, adaptable product. And I think as behaviors change, as new product features get built, we want to see reactions, see how the community reacts to it. So I'm excited to see how this week goes.
I like that. I like interesting new wrinkles. Anything else? I guess that's a surprise waiting for us tomorrow morning. You can't tell us anything else, maybe rares or different types of burning or anything like that. No little nuggets.
I'll save it for tomorrow. I think it'll be but I'll be very curious to see the reception. I think it'll be a good one. Something we've been excited about for some time. So looking forward to that.
Nice, excellent. And Dave, today, just want to ask you as well. We saw some action from the NFL Twitter account. Very exciting to see that coming out. Is that something we should expect often? Obviously, it gets people in the community really riled up when we see that, and seeing the NFL obviously put that out to their fans. Something to expect regularly. How does that kind of come together?
Yeah, I mean, look, we have an amazing partnership with the NFL. They've been great partners throughout, and our success is their success, and vice versa. So I would definitely expect this type of promotion, marketing, whatever you want to call it, for some of our bigger happenings during the season moving forward. So yeah, no, for sure, we're really pleased. I have a lot of old friends there. Communicating with some of people from my team, from the social team, is always like a fun thing. But yeah, no, for sure. I think this is the first of many.
Beauty. Phil, Dylan, anything you guys want to ask Dave about while we got him here for a couple minutes?
Sure, Dave. Is there anything that you really, really enjoyed coming out of Playbook, and something that you felt that you wanted to change for Playbook?
Yeah, I mean, like I really, really enjoyed this, like the progression. Like people want to feel a sense of accomplishment, and I think we're seeing just the stickiness of it. Like once someone kind of engages with Playbook, they engage with it a good deal. So I think that from like a pure retention standpoint, like I think those are all very positive signals. As far as things that aren't going the way we might want, I don't know. I think there's just certain product features that we haven't been able to go live with yet, that we're hopeful will drive impact for us, from whether that's from a growth standpoint, further retention standpoint, or community sentiment standpoint, whatever it might be. So I think it's just the reality of just trying to launch a product pretty quickly. There's only everything comes at a cost as far as what you're going to invest in, and so we can't launch everything all at once, and so things that kind of were left at first on the cutting room floor, seeing them slowly kind of move into product will be something that we'll keep a close eye on.
Dave, football question. Lions coming off a hard loss.
Oh boy.
Going in, I think, as favorites against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Wow. How you feeling?
I mean, not great. I feel like we kind of gave the game away last week. The fact, I've been a big Dan Campbell fan since he joined. I just love his demeanor and like just how much passion he coaches with. But like how we played so aggressively all game long, and then to kick a field goal on 4th and 4, like a 51 or 54-yard field goal, I forget. When just 4 more yards, we've been going for 4th down. I say we as if I'm on the team, but we've been going for it for 4th down the entire game. To then decide to play conservative was really disappointing. So felt the Lions kind of gave that game away, but it'll be a nice test of wills against the Seahawks. It was seemingly a pretty beatable Seahawks team. So I feel cautiously optimistic for that game.
And
experts feel that the Lions are for real. I'm not convinced. I watched Hard Knocks. I watched every episode. I'm on the other end of the coin. Other than you, Dave, on this one, I don't like the coaching staff. I don't know what it is. They kind of rub me the wrong way when I watched Hard Knocks.
Really?
I don't know. A lot of it. I don't know. A little too like. I don't know what it is. I like players, coaches, but to a certain extent, I don't know. Some stuff was a little weird to me. I'm not a huge fan of some of the position coaches, but you have to admit the team has, they're obviously on the uptrend. I mean, you have to be after you draft that high, that many years in a row, just like the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's only a matter of time, and it's usually has to do with what coaching staff you bring in there. And we're seeing it in Jacksonville, right, with Doug Peterson there, that they're starting to finally put the pieces together because they have a ton of skill on the team. So, but I just wanted to throw something in there that is football related, but not all day related in some ways, but maybe 50-50. Dave, the party in Toronto in a couple of weeks, the big party that everybody's talking about.
The big party,
because there are a lot more people than you could ever imagine in the greater Toronto area. And you may even have some that make their way to Toronto, like we encouraged people to do. And Dave, you weren't on Spaces earlier, but LG made a huge call to everyone who lives in like upstate New York and stuff to cross the border, given how much the U.S. dollar is worth right now, and come join the
come
party.
Spend in Canada. Yeah, come spend their easy money in Canada. That's what it was.
You might have the masses showing up to this thing, whether they've been approved to be there or not. The masses might show up to this thing. I just wanted to ask you, how's that thing coming along? Is it still? I don't want to put you on the spot, but is it still happening? Is it still?
I mean, it's still happening. I had to tell my wife and kids that I'll be away next Sunday, so it's in the calendar.
Wow. Committed.
No, really excited to kind of just meet some of our great community members in real life. I'm sure a lot more details will be coming out soon. But it should be great. And hopefully we'll be able to do some more of these throughout the year, and not just in Toronto, but in some other areas. I just felt since, I'm here, selfishly, we'll do that first.
We appreciate that. We haven't had anything in Toronto. I'm not going to lie to you. There's been barely anything aside from the Jurassic Park community that puts together small events here and there. But yeah, there hasn't been much in Toronto, which has been a little surprising. So I know a lot of people are excited for that.
And I'm sure if you did one in Vancouver,
okay,
a lot of people would come as well.
Awesome to know. Cool, guys.
LG, do you have your pack or what, man?
No, I'm waiting. I'm almost there. 764 in the line. So it's all good. Dave, Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you all for your patience. Apologies again, but very much appreciate you all. And enjoy the rest of Pack Day.
Okay. Cheers, Dave. Thank you, man. Okay, boys. We're back.
I have an audience question that they like us to discuss. And I'm not going to say this person's name. I usually don't. And Dylan, LG, feel free to chime in. Here's the question. This person wanted us to discuss this and maybe hear your opinions on this. And here's the question. Could you please discuss whether you prefer the premium packs / standard packs model, or if they just put all the moments into blended packs and one drop and charge something like $99 to $139 each? Which do you prefer, blended packs or the kind of model they have now of standard and premium packs?
Dylan, you go ahead first.
Yeah, I mean, the question kind of almost answers itself, right? Like, I think it's nice to have a lower price point for people, because if they want to get in, they want to have the chance at getting every single moment, which you do, but at a lower cost. I think that's appealing. I don't know if we had it all blended at like $99 or $100 that it would be necessarily good, because I think a lot more people would, potentially like lose out in terms of the EV, So I kind of like
Mhm.
it the way that it's done this way, because $100 is a lot for somebody to come up with, right? And this is almost half the price for the standard. So
I think it would be more along the lines of giving a shot to the little guy, if there's a little guy in this space. You know what I mean? I think that's where the thinking goes with that, of everyone getting a shot at something really good, or yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure either. I don't really have an opinion on that. I don't mind it the way it is, right? It's not for everybody to join the premium pack line and go for that. But you're still getting, I mean, if you're going for the standard, you're still getting some decent stuff. But yeah, I mean, you never know. Maybe you can sell everything from your standard and go for premium next time. But I agree. I think their model's okay for now. LG, thoughts?
I think it's also depends on the types of packs you're selling, because these, like, I think these are going to be like regular packs that come out, right? Like let's just assume every 2 weeks there's a new drop, and it's week 1 and 2, week 3 and 4, week 5 and 6, and so on, or some version of that. And I think with that, they are going to keep tweaking the prices and the variations of premium versus standard packs, which to me is fine. I like that with a higher pack, you are guaranteed 2 rares. So even if it's not an EV plus move, that getting 2 rares, I think is still really great. I think it's still like guaranteed to get 2 rares is really exciting, because I think that's just as fun. And I think having some packs, I think there's still some magic in the exclusiveness of having a high queue number, right? And that's something. It's like we all, like, literally we get on spaces like, what's the first thing we share? Your number in the line. So I think that there's still a lot of fun there, and if you kind of blend it all, I think there should still be some really like good packs you want to get, or even if these are going to be EV minus, like, it's exciting to get one of these packs because you have a high likelihood. So I'm okay with that, and I do like also there being standard, common, whatever packs that, whether they're EV plus or not, it's not that big of a hit. I like that. What I'm hoping for is what I'm curious to see is if they roll out special like edition packs. Similar to how Top Shot's done, like, okay, these are the packs that are either focused on a team or a player or a certain tier, right? And if those will be related to challenges. Like, that's one thing we haven't, like, there's been a few challenges here and there, but none of them have been like anything too intense. So that's what I'm wondering, if they roll out amidst the week 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, if there's also like, hey, here's a special edition pack drop of just this set, and you're going to need to craft the moments from these to make a new moment, blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm curious to see. So the answer to that question is, I don't like the middle tier blended packs of everything. I think it kind of dulls it. I don't think we need it.
There you go.
the other thing is, like, do we want restrictions, like, for the premium packs? Do we want somebody to have some rare moments, like 2 rare moments, in order to get a premium pack kind of thing? Like, do we want to start making those types of, gates for people? I'm not sure, because I'm not sure that really helped with Top Shot. Like, I think doing that separation was kind of tough.
Yeah.
So
Top Shot's a different beast, though. Top Shot is a different beast, and I know we've acknowledged this many times, and it's hard to not compare them because they're learning from each other. But at the end of the day, it's like the supply. When all the questions that we're talking about right now in terms of the price, what's in it, what can you get, what's accessible to new people, all that stuff. Like, a lot of it comes back to supply and floor prices, and inevitably in Top Shot, even once they got to blended packs, which I think were like the Kevin Durant ones, which. Like, by the time they got to that, there's already a lot of supply. So even getting the moments in there it didn't have as much of an impact of like, okay, this player's second common. All the players in those packs already had like tons of commons and rares and shit. So it's a different question. And also the pushback on blended packs originally with Top Shot is like, there was a huge issue with that drop where it was like the people at the end of the queue got the legendaries or whatever, right? So it's like that immediately tainted the whole blended pack experience of Top Shot, which is why they moved away from it. So I just think that it's like, if blended packs didn't work on Top Shot, doesn't mean they can't work on All Day, because it's a totally different circumstance. My preference is not to have it, but if that's what it was, I don't think it'd be a negative necessarily. Transaction pending. Transaction pending for my pack.
A lot of people have dropped out. It's pretty obvious now, I think.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
100%.
moved up a lot.
Quite a bit. Yes.
Okay.
It makes sense though. Again, you had to join the queue to get the extra 10 yards. So why wouldn't you do it?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm at 6,000, and there's around 2,000 packs left. So
you have a
think
shot. I think you have
for
a shot.
1,000 people,
Really?
for 1,500 people that got a pack already, 2,000 people. I moved up 2,000 in the queue, so it wasn't that much.
I think you have a shot. I still think you have a
I'll
shot.
stay in, but
because you always have a shot with the all-day drops because of how long they go and how long it takes, and it's a busy time of the day. Like I just got a message, and I'm not gonna again. I don't know if people want me to say their names or not. Someone told me that you're gonna love this, LG. All right, and you're gonna love this. This is a great story. This person told me that they are 900 away from the front. They're about to grab the kids from school, and they block the internet in the school zone. So
wow,
so they're doing
what?
a couple of extra laps.
Wow, dictatorship over there. Whatever school that is.
Like leaving the kids there an extra like half hour because you're trying to do a pack drop, and they start calling like next of kin or like emergency contact saying like, "Hey, so someone gonna come pick these kids up or what?"
Yeah, they'd have to call those people. They wouldn't be able to text them without the internet. That's insane.
That's right.
Is that normal? Is that normal? People's school
I don't know.
zones are blocked from the internet? What the?
Maybe it's for creepers or something. Like who knows?
I don't know about that, man. You could.
They probably just don't want. They probably just don't want people on their phones while they're like driving and stuff and causing a bunch of accidents.
I think I would counter that. It's like if you're driving and texting, and then suddenly your phone stops connecting to the internet, you're just gonna look at your phone more. You know what I mean? Like when your phone stops working, like something's not opening or whatever, you just start freaking out at your phone. You know what I mean? Like you're not like, oh, this website doesn't open, I'm gonna put my phone down and stop caring about it. Like that is not what happens. You freak out.
Right. Yeah. Fair point.
Yeah.
So back to my point, I think there's a lot of people busy, right? So you never know. Dylan, I'd say you're in the range of people who might get a pack. Seriously. So we'll see what happens.
All right. I'm going to open mine.
Yes, here we go.
Well, hold on. I might also take like another 10 minutes.
Are you teasing without hitting the open button?
I just hit it now. I hit claim and open. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
We're ready for this. I'm
ready for this.
Let's go some legendaries here. Let's go.
Yeah, that's where I get some legendaries. That'd be cool. I've definitely never pulled a legendary in a fancy pack. I think I only ever landed one legendary pack ever.
Was it the bandit pack?
Yes, it was the cookie. It was the hollow, the Series 2 hollow on Top Shot, where like everyone who had the cookies from the night before got the pack, and then everybody was like trying to everybody was
stuck in the queue.
People had their knives out for the people who did that, and I had to like pretend like it didn't happen to me, and I was like, I don't know what happened to this pack. And then Phil, we auctioned that pack off and gave it to the Canadian Mental Health Association. So that was a good ending to that drama, and I think that is the only legendary pack I've ever gotten. And in all the pack drops, all day strike, all that stuff, I've never even sniffed a legendary, nothing close. So maybe today will be the day if this pack opens. Not open yet.
Yeah, I think the only legendary I got was like one of those like Deck the Halls Top Shot packs.
Oh yes, you know what? That is the only other one I got. You're right.
That's before
the surge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are early
If you
days.
know Deck the Halls, then you were definitely one of the first people on Top Shot.
August 2020 or something. Yeah, my friend and I decided to go on it.
Oh wow!
You know who actually? AG. You know AG on Twitter.
Boy. Wow. Yeah, he's here. He's listening to you right now.
Sometimes AG comes to Monday Night Football as well. So if you want to see the legend himself,
he needs to hit that up. It needs to be one big like full house.
It's actually a really fun time, and like anyone that's in the chat, you're welcome to come by for sure.
Wow.
So we got to tell Dave
Monday nights.
You got to tell Dave that needs to be the next like all day party location.
Yeah, you know what? I'll message him about it. I don't like to
I think
push
so.
too many things and like ask for a bunch of stuff and be one of those people, but it would be cool and it would be kind of a natural place, I think. So
There you go.
It could just be a first mint party, honestly. I got a bunch of swag at my house right now, so we
Wow.
could just take that over if All Day doesn't want a piece of it. You know what I'm saying?
cool. That would be awesome.
No, that's right.
We already got challenge coins this year too.
Challenge coins? What's that?
Yeah, they're like just big coins. I can send you a picture of it on Twitter.
What do they do?
Well, the whole idea of a challenge coin is like, you're part of this kind of group, I guess, and everyone needs to bring their coins out if you're going to like any bar anywhere, because if you put your challenge coin down and somebody that should have one doesn't have theirs, they have to buy you a beer.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
that could get messy pretty quickly.
It could. All right. Yeah, I'll take a picture and send it to you guys.
Tell Dave that too.
Get on that, man.
Yeah.
There's a drinking
it's
challenge,
partially
by the way.
sponsored by Casamigos Tequila, so one side has the
Can you
logo on
imagine? Like, can you imagine how many drinks you needed on Sunday to actually enjoy the Sunday nighter if you made it to wherever you were to the Sunday nighter? That up until the second half of yesterday's game, that was arguably the worst primetime slate in history of the NFL. Those two games. You had the Niners and Broncos on Sunday night.
That game was
horrific.
So bad.
And the
my
Niners
God.
are coming back on primetime next week on Monday Night Football, unfortunately.
At least it's against the Rams, though. I feel like that'll be more fun.
But yeah, I feel that too, Dylan. I feel that there'll maybe be a bit more fireworks. But Denver and San Fran was horrendous. And then last night, that first half, we were looking like we were heading for the most horrendous primetime combo ever until things kind of lit up a little bit after the Saquon touchdown, right? That's when both teams got into it. I'm being told, guys, by a few people that one of the reasons that a lot of people may be dropping out is that you only have 5 minutes to complete your purchase or you're out of there.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it usually 10 or 20?
On Top Shot, it's 15 or 25 or something like that. It's more, but maybe this is on purpose. Delay the drop by 3 hours, and then you only have 5 minutes once you actually get there.
God. All right. Well, there you go.
Okay, Dylan, what Dave teased new wrinkles in this week's playbook. What are you hoping to see?
I'm hoping to see a little bit of use out of the Series 2 stuff. It would be great to see, some of the rookies or new moments be headlined, and I think you can do that like relatively easily. Like, hey, have a Series 2 debut moment as one of the playbook things for the Sunday slate or for the end of week, just to have a little bit more value as like a piece. I think that's pretty easy to do, because like you could, again, with that Minkah Fitzpatrick example I was talking about, like it felt like they were prepping that Series 2 rare to be used, right? They were trying to make it be like, oh wow, I wish I hadn't sold my rare. That's what I think they'll try and do. I don't know what other wrinkles, like maybe you can burn one rare moment instead of 5 commons. I know that's been talked about, because there's definitely a lot of like floor rares now around the like $40 range that I think people don't necessarily want. And if you burn a rare instead of 5 commons, it might be almost the same dollar value.
Yeah, I could also see I could see them playing around with some of the basic stuff, right? Like the burn. You're right, but even one thing that's been on here is purchase a moment from the marketplace, which is really simple. What about purchase like a few moments, or purchase a rare from the marketplace, right?
Yeah.
Like that could be an interesting little thing.
Or
to try and get
Series 2.
Yeah, exactly. Bias. Although but there's so few of them. Even though there's 100,000 moments, there's only it's possible though. You're right. They could totally do that. So there's a lot of little pieces that they might introduce, but I don't know. Wrinkle's interesting to me because it's also like, for all we know, they could totally change this. It could be they could take a couple weeks off from like any performance-based stuff, or at least player performance, and it could all be all teams, like have one player from each winning team or something like that, right? Like there's a lot of little pieces like that they could play with. So it's tricky, and I think it's going to get trickier because people, I think, are going to collect in one direction based on what's happening, and that stuff might change as it goes, right?
Yeah,
So
I think he also hinted he liked that people were like, interacting with the platform. So like as they add new things onto the site, whatever they're deciding to use, like they'll probably do something like that. Like I'm sure they like the visits thing. I think the visits will keep happening because I think that's just like a marketing / sales like thing. It's like the more that people go on the site, the more often they're likely to interact, and the more often they're likely to buy some moment, right? So yeah,
I'd be curious to know how many people are doing the 40 yards and not doing any challenges. Do we have that number?
Yeah, that's the thing, is like it's hard to do 40 yards and then be like, okay, now I'm gonna burn $35 or $40 in moments to get two packs, which is gonna have 4 moments in it, right? Like it's almost
Well, we
net
were talking
zero.
about tiers, Dylan, the other day. We were talking about tiers of burning, right? Like if you're only going to get to 40 yards, you should have the option to burn only 3 moments. You know what I mean? Instead of 5. And
Yeah,
if you're doing 100, then you burn 5. That would make it more accessible to a lot of people. Because I'd love to see the stats on how many get to 40 or 45 yards and don't burn the 5 moments.
that's
right.
well, I mean, difficult to do.
In this week, you needed your team to win to get the 40 yards.
Yes,
so maybe a lot
right.
of people waited, right, to see who would actually win. Right.
Yeah,
so,
sadly my team lost, so I had to.
So did mine, and I'm not switching teams every week. I don't care what anybody says. The
Me
Bills
neither.
should be good enough to hit at the very least, 12, 13, 14 wins this year, at least. But you never know, right? So I've left them till now. I'm not changing. I can't do that. They feel so grimy.
I think that's the point, though. That's like I've always said, difficult decisions makes for a good NFT project. That's what you want. You want it to make hard decisions. Quick update.
So breaking news.
The queue's been paused. The
queue has been paused.
Yeah. But good news for me. I can open my pack now. Are you ready, boys?
I was born ready. Let's see what you got.
Sure. Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh man, I haven't had a pack with like a ton of moments in a long time. All right, got 2 blue glows, so no legendary. Okay, Cooper Rush, nice.
Okay,
yeah, I had him on my list. I wanted to pick him up on secondary, so it's good. So I got Cooper Rush. This is a moment from week 2, I think. Yeah. Okay, Cooper Rush. Let's see what else we got here. Sterling Shepard. Micah Parsons. I can hear Dylan typing it in.
Sorry.
No, I love it. James Robinson is the rare.
Okay.
This is already not a good pack. I can hear it in Dylan's voice. Okay, Kareem Hunt.
You're getting good comments.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. What does that sound?
Somebody's like sending like Skype messages or something.
Phil. Okay, Drake London. Mike Evans. And the final rare, Jalen Ramsey.
Nice.
What does his stuff look like right now? There's no marketplace, right? There's no marketplace up there.
Yeah.
No marketplace. Yeah.
I have that at $207.
Hey, all right. Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's above what I think you'd normally get, because I think that the 2 rares are like above average rares for sure. And then I think you got some really good commons. Like I think I like, obviously I'm biased, but I think Mike Evans is good, and he's only had rares up until this point. So, and then Bucks are about to play a bunch of primetime games, so that should help. Drake London is also good. He's been playing very well, and same with Micah Parsons and Cooper Rush, right? Like Micah Parsons only had like a super expensive rare, and then that's Cooper Rush's only moment, and he's going to be playing. There's another primetime game, I think, coming up for Dallas? No? Very soon? Or is it just Giants? They are playing Week 6 at Philadelphia on Sunday Night Football.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I actually look at the NFL schedule grid a lot because I like to prepare myself for primetime games and making sure I have ones 2 or 3 weeks in advance, including those London games. I feel like there's going to be something coming up with the London stuff.
Which week is London?
Week 5, I think. Green Bay plays New York Giants, and next week New Orleans plays Minnesota.
Let me take a look.
So it's New Orleans, Minnesota
in London
next week.
London.
And
New York Giants, Green Bay, Week 5.
Nice.
Are you getting up at 6:30 a.m. on Sunday to watch that game?
Me or Dylan?
Or Dylan,
both
of you.
I might do it Week 10 when my Tampa Bay Bucks play the Seattle Seahawks. But
which one's the Munich game? Which one's the Munich game?
That's Week 10. Yeah, Tampa Bay, Seattle.
Munich. Yeah. The Germany. Okay.
Munich. I love that. Dylan, what's open at 6:30 in Vancouver in the morning?
Yeah, not too many bars are open then. You kind of have to go to like a coffee shop and just put your iPad on and hope there's good Wi-Fi.
Dilly, you're going to be at my house that day. Don't even talk about it. Come on.
Whoa, what's that?
Dilly, it's your boy
Pete
Glavis.
He's one of the people on Monday Night Football.
And I always love listening to you guys and taking care of our boy Dilly there. He's literally like on it the entire game, telling us what to buy, what to sell, and how to navigate this whole all-day thing. So shout out to him, and shout out to our boy AG and all the ballers, millionaires out there.
Yeah, that was a reference to the ballers on Gaia. You still have some of those, right, LG and Phil?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Guys, one other thing I wanted to point out to you is Phil, this is related to your Dave freaking party in Toronto. And Dylan, if we do something on Thanksgiving weekend, if we don't do the Monday, if we do something on the other days, Blue Jays might be in a wild card series then. Not to totally derail what Canadians are going to be watching that weekend. But I do believe that the third game, if there was one, would be on the Sunday.
Oh, I can tell you, people love, like, when that the playoff run happened with the whole bat flip, that, like, everyone was out at the bars watching those games all the time, especially even in Vancouver. So,
yeah, exactly.
Definitely could be a fun thing to do. And normally, although that our club usually only meets mostly on Mondays, we'll make it an exception for Sunday night games that are really fun and go to some different places. So and yeah, shout out to Pete thanks Pete for coming in there.
That's exciting.
Yeah, as you can tell, it's a really like passionate group of people that watch football. That's what I like about it, is everyone has like their own separate favorite teams. Like there's obviously a lot of Seahawks fans in Vancouver, but we have like Jags fans, Minnesota Vikings fans, Green Bay Packers, Cowboys, all sorts of different fans, which is pretty fun to watch and hear their opinions on how the season's going and stuff.
Love that. That sounds like a good time, man. Good for you guys. I'll try and make it out. I'm trying to make it out this season.
Like I'm like selling this way too hard. That wasn't my plan.
No, it's good. It's good. No, it's good. It's good to have buddies like that, man. I think that's really fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, I mean, the queue's paused.
Did anyone else get any packs in the group that is listening?
I don't think so. I think we're seeing much. We'll put a call out later once people have common packs. We'll put a call out. People will share them on Twitter. But yeah, Phil, what's up?
Dylan, if you want to kind of give a valuation on one more, I've got one of our listeners that sent me what they got in their pack here. So maybe we can do that. And then
sure.
There. because it's the same as really opening a pack, to be honest with you. How many moments were in these packs? I'm just having trouble with these screenshots here. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There should be 8. Should be two rares and 6 commons.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do this. Okay, all right. So the first one is a Devin Duvernay rare. He's actually been really good for the Ravens this year so far.
Absolutely, yep.
That kick return was awesome, and I think he's got a touchdown in every game, except I think maybe all 3 games he's got a touchdown.
It's also a debut, so it's
a debut.
That's right.
Yeah. A Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Which is that 2-point attempt where he traveled like 45 yards. Did you hear that? The actual total? Do you remember that one?
It took 18 seconds and just scrambled.
2-point conversion that he scrambled 45 yards from what is it, the 5-yard line or wherever the hell he snapped it. It was ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah. He's one of the only QBs that could do that for sure.
That's definitely one of the highlights of the season so far, although I feel like there's been a million incredible highlights. A Micah Parsons.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good.
There's going to be a lot of those. They're not going to have more than 2, I believe, per player, but you could have a million of Micah Parsons this year. A Cade York. And I assume the Cade York moment is the one where he kicked the winning field goal. What game is that from, actually? Hold on.
I think it was Cleveland and
the Carolina. Yes, the Baker Mayfield. Baker's been awful this year. He's the worst rated quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he didn't care about that, but that's bullshit. Okay, so Baker Mayfield. He got Geno Smith.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out which ones are part of this.
I want a Geno.
Oh, here we go.
I'm planning to grab a
Geno.
Geno.
It's a debut, so.
It's a debut. And he's he hasn't thrown a lot of yards, but he's like 7th in completions or something like that. I don't know. I just feel like that's a good. It'll probably be priced low, and I feel like
nobody picked up Tyler Lockett in fantasy drafts this year, and I've got him in 2 of my leagues, and he's going high volume right now, right? Because that's all Geno's got, right?
Yeah. Exactly, right. So I don't know. I'm keen on him for sure. I had Geno, Cooper Rush, and Micah Parsons as the 3 I was going to look to pick up on the market. So I got 2 of them in the pack, which is great. But then there's common packs too, so I'll see. Maybe I'll get a Geno then, but I'm definitely going to be grabbing one on the market if I don't get one.
So he got Geno debut. The next one was a Tony Pollard, which I do like. I really do. That's a guaranteed success almost every game, the way they use him there in Dallas. Yep. And an Allen Robinson debut, which for me, I picked in my main league. I picked Allen Robinson, and I feel like for the 2nd year in a row, I made the mistake of picking a receiver that goes to a new team, and I didn't really know how they would adapt. Last year was Kenny Golladay. Right? He went from the high volume with the Lions and big numbers with the Lions to the Giants, where he is now not even playing on that big contract, right? Or barely playing it. I don't know if you saw the game last night, but what was that, man? When he caught that one pass and it kind of just fumbled it around, and then he, like a robot, his batteries ran out and he just fell to the ground. Like, what are you doing? Right? And the fans were losing it in New York. So Allen Robinson, and then the last one is a Saquon Barkley rare.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. That would be $239.
Hey,
there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Who was that, Phil? Who got that? Who got that?
I don't know if you're able to say. By our friend. Yeah, why not? With the name TD. So Roughspin. Okay. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Where's Big Papa? Or
I don't know. That's a good question. Where's
Big Dog or whatever?
Nasty.
Big Nasty. That's it. Yeah.
You always call him Biz Nasty, as in Paul Bissonnette.
Yeah.
That guy's wild, man. You follow him on Twitter? He's wild.
Is he?
He goes nuts during games, man. He's posting all sorts of. He's usually in here, but I don't know what happened to him. I think that's it. Let me just check the DMs. I think that's what we got.
So also seeing, I've just seen a couple messages in our Discord that people are having an issue at checkout where they're paying for their pack, and during the reservation, it errors out and they have to submit a ticket. And apparently a few people on the all-day help desk support are saying the same thing.
What's the issue?
Well, when they pay for the pack and then it errors out. So they have to submit a ticket. Yeah, so Filthy's saying that happened to him.
I want a Garrett Wilson out of these packs. I really do. That's the one I'm looking at.
He's playing very, very well.
Well, with Joe Flacco, don't forget, right? I mean, you would assume Zach Wilson's an upgrade when he comes back. and they find a way to really use him there. But yeah, Garrett Wilson is a star for sure. And he was I remember he was high volume at the beginning of the preseason, but then, even in training camp, they kept showing all these catches he was making, like these wild catches. And then when it got to the preseason games, he barely played. So they're like, oh, that's it. He's on the outs. Forget it, right? And then obviously getting to the season, things changed. But yeah, I'm receiving a lot of packs here from people. I don't know if we'll have time to get to them. I think we're about to wrap.
I have one, guys.
Whoa,
I think
Mr. Leon.
Hello.
Yeah.
Leon comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, I got in pretty early. I was 228. So
hey, nice.
I got
Awesome.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
man.
I already synced. I already claimed. So I'm gonna hit the open. So I'm not waiting to sync 10 minutes for everybody. Oh God, let me turn down the music.
No, I love that,
man.
dude. I love that Top Shot music from 2 years ago. I love it. It's my favorite
Even if
thing in the
music,
world.
just play some kind of music.
I've been listening to that song for 2 years now, man. It's great.
Yeah, fantastic. I think I have a legendary in here. It's like a bright blue rectangle and only one other teal.
That'd be awesome, man. I hope you get
it could be
legendary.
very wrong, but it might just be highlighting the thing. So I don't want to get my hopes up. I'll start.
It could actually be. Sorry, not to burst your bubble. It could be that's the rare special edition, because I think the legendaries are yellow.
Okay.
Glow, but I hope to be proven wrong. I hope you have a legendary.
We'll find out. Sammy Watkins, common. Move the chains.
Okay.
Garrett Wilson, common. 989, 3 badge.
Nice.
Micah Parsons. We said they'd be popping out. So
yeah,
good one.
There we go.
Takes down Brady.
Nice.
Here we go.
Yeah, he could be like the best defensive player this year so far. I think.
Geno Smith debut.
Nice. That's good.
Kareem Hunt's debut.
Also a good one. He's been playing very well.
All right, this should be the last common. Julian Love, make the stop debut.
All right.
And the 2 non-commons. Garoppolo's player mount locked in. And then we got another rare. I also got the Saquon rare.
Nice.
55.
So is that because both of those aren't the rare special edition. They're both rares. So I wonder if it was just like a little glitch.
They're both just player melts.
Yeah. But that was the best pack I've seen so far. I have that at $254.
Hey,
nice.
All the debuts. Thanks for having me up, guys. Thanks for all you
no
do.
problem. Thanks for coming on with your pack.
Thanks, man. Wow. What a pack.
Oh, and there's if you look at, we just got tagged into something, guys. You're both in there by someone called Phil, who's Mr. at Pepsi Ringdings. I forgot that there's video moments or video voices or something like that on the rookie moments. Mm-hmm. So Dotson and Wilson in his pack would have that audio. Is it a video or is it just like an audio clip that plays when you open it?
It's just audio.
It's just audio. I have the Garrett. I'm back. It's just Tony Gonzalez talking over the moment.
Hold on. Let me go find I should have it on the Garrett Wilson. Or not Garrett Wilson. On the Drake London.
Gonzalez tweeted it out. The actual moment. I think All Day retweeted it at around noon.
Yeah, and he's doing some commentary too, yes?
Are you guys ready? You want to hear Drake London?
Yes.
Sure.
You never know what's going to happen when the ball's in my hand. You never know if I'm going to end up in the end zone in the paint or getting you a first down or just a big play in general, creating a spark. I already feel like it's a family. You know, they treat me like such. And I want to go out there and prove to them that I was the right pick and I was the one for them. I promised that I gave my all. There was nothing left on the table. And I promised that I proved my point to who I am.
Okay. Kind of talks about that moment. mainly talks about how he gives his all on the field, which is excellent. Very important. Good for him. Well, there you have it, folks. All right, boys. Q still paused. Line is paused. Waiting room for the next pack is open. 50 minutes away, hopefully. Who knows? So that's going down. Boys, any last thoughts before we wrap out? Because this has been another epic day of spaces, I'll say.
Yeah, I think these are awesome moments, and it's a fun time, but I also like to shout out all the people that are dealing with these crazy hurricanes. Hurricane Ian and Hurricane what's the one that was in the Maritime. So hopefully you and your families are okay, and spend time with them and stuff like that, because you never know, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's a good shout out. Hopefully everybody we know, everybody in our community is okay, and everyone's dealing with it okay. We got a few folks in First Minute Maritime Canada that are giving us a couple updates. So yeah, shout out to everybody dealing with that, and hope you guys are okay. Great message, Dylan. Phil, how are you going to follow that up?
I mean, same thing. Yeah, for sure. It's on everybody's minds. We do have some friends in the First Mint that are impacted by that. And if you saw the videos and the pictures, it is pretty brutal. But to kind of flip back to the football side of things, I think we have another exciting week ahead of us. I think this will be a little bit of a game changer with packs now and more moments in the ecosystem, and some of these players that have had such an impact on the season the first couple of weeks. Now you have the ability to own them. People will have them in their collections. I'm excited for that, right? So, do we have access to the marketplace yet?
No, it's not even on the site, man.
But are you able? Okay, so it's still gone.
It's not there.
I assume they had to really shut that off for these two pack
Yes.
drops to function or whatever it was, which is fine. I mean, we'll all survive. It's not like it was going to be open anyways during the pack drop.
No.
But yeah, I think I'm excited for another week of football. I'm excited for my Bills to bounce back, although I am very skeptical now with all the injuries that they have. In the secondary is really, really thin. They even lost their rookie, their standout rookie. Man, can't remember his name. Is it Banford? Anyways, it's slipping my mind right now, but he was like a 6th or 7th round pick. And he actually got the starting job in week 1 of the season as a big surprise. And he broke his hand in the game on the weekend. And they were already short Tre'Davious White. They lost Jordan Poyer, and they lost Micah Hyde for the year, which is a massive, massive loss. So yeah, it's not an easy game. Benford, that was his name. Sorry. But yeah, so it's going to be tough. You're going to have some really young players in the secondary for them, and they have to bounce back from that loss to the Dolphins. But I think we're in for some great games. Playbook week 4 probably going to be released, I assume, later tonight.
It's usually Wednesday mornings.
Is it Wednesday morning? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it evening last time, right after the other one closed?
I don't think so. I think it's been Wednesday mornings.
It might be delayed a little bit because of all of this, right?
Yeah, it depends how long the marketplace. I feel has to be open for a little bit before they do that. So we'll see what ends up happening because the queue's still paused. So they only got through how many, like, what's it? I guess like 1,500 packs is I think what I'm seeing. That's what they got through. Or no, 2,000. I don't know. What is it? How many packs are left? Does it say in your queue?
1,500.
Just 1,500. So that's what.
And
so
I'm
like
at 5,500. So
yeah, so 2,000 packs were sold, right, or so.
2,000 packs were sold, and I've went up about 2,500 in line. So
okay. Well, good luck to you guys. Good luck to anybody who's right on the cusp in the queue. If you're around number 1,500 or 2,000 or something like that, good luck.
And prepare yourself for the next couple of weeks in playbook, right? Like look at where the primetime games are, especially the London games, and how if you want some alpha to make a little bit of money on the platform potentially, or at least not get stuck having to buy a huge bottleneck. Look at those teams that are playing in the next couple of weeks and buy accordingly, I would say.
I think the London stuff is ripe for doing some fun challenges there. So hopefully we'll see something there because that's a new wrinkle where it's going to be so early for so many people to have to get ready for that. But again, those weekend challenges do come out on Fridays usually, so people have 2 days, to kind of get prepped for that. But yeah, lots of exciting stuff. Even though pack drop experience still not fully there, but hopefully gets there soon. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Everybody who stuck with us today, stuck with it all day. Thanks for sticking with us, and best of luck in the drop or your playbook or whatever else is going on. So, yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll see you freaking next drop or some shit. I don't know. We'll see you Sunday. I guess we'll do another show. We'll do another morning show.